I wanted to do a video speaking on the 4 big areas of finance that I feel everyone needs to focus on. So these are my tips for everyone. Here it is, and I'm glad to be able to share it with you all. So the first big tip is planning. You need to plan out your finance. You plan out your personal goals, you plan out your career goals, you plan out your relationship goals. That's the big one. A lot of people have relationship goals nowadays, but we plan out all of that, but we don't plan out our finances. So in order to have a successful financial future, we have to make sure that we're planning. So we need to sit down, plan for the week. Start with the week. Go to the month, then the year, then the next 3 years, and so on and so forth. Come up with a financial plan. If you were to go into a bank and say, hey, I need a loan, they're going to ask you, where's your financial plan? How do we know that you have the money or the ability or the cash flow analysis to be able to fund whatever this is that you're trying to do, whether it be personal or business? Come up with a financial plan. That is number one. That's where you start before you do anything else. Financial plan, because without a plan, you don't know where to start. You don't know if you need to budget, save, invest. You don't know if you need to cut back. You don't know if you need to add more. You don't know anything without having that plan. So number one, we start with the plan. Excuse me. Number two is budgeting. We have to have in place budgeting. Budgeting is so important as well that I think a lot of times we overlook it. We don't think that, budgeting is important. If we know that we spend $1,800 a month and we only bring in $1,700, then we need to figure out a better budget. That way we won't be spending more than what we actually had. So budgeting is super, super important. And the great thing is, if you go to bossbusinesswomanacademy.com, we have a free budgeting checklist that we're giving away to everyone who subscribes. You have a free budgeting checklist that you will receive. So that is really, really good. It's so detailed, and it breaks down everything, and it lets you know where you need to cut expenses, where you need to, excuse me, what the amount that you have that you can spend, everything. It's just absolutely wonderful. So make sure that you have a budget in place. Set your budget for a certain amount of time, 6 months, a year. If you want to dial it back even more after a certain amount of time, then do that. That is so, so important. The third thing that I want everybody to live by is understanding savings. When I say save, I don't mean, let me just put all my money in a savings account. That's not necessarily what I mean. This means whether you're knowing how to coupon, knowing how to receive discounts, knowing how to ascertain the best deal that you can, whatever it is, vacations, groceries, appliances that you buy. Also, with you saving a certain amount of money, because once you're able to save, once you come up with the plan, once you've decided your budget, and once you start to know how much you can save, then you can really know what next to do with the money. Without knowing, a plan, without budgeting, you don't know what next that you can do. So to roll into number 4 a little bit, because that's really important as well. So roll into number 4 is investing. Investing is such an important topic. I know I keep saying that, but I need to let you know that these 4 things that I'm telling you are very, 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 very important. So first you start with planning, then you budget, then you save, and then you can invest. Investing is not necessarily just doing stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Investing could be into a business. Investing could be into a personal brand of someone else's that will make you money. You could invest in someone's music career. You can invest in a property. You could invest in a stock, a bond. It's so much you can invest in. That's where I'm trying to go here, that you can invest in so much, and that's important as well. So when it comes to investing, make sure you understand the rate of return, number one, and it doesn't always have to be the 8% on this stock. The rate of return is when you will receive the return, how much you will receive on the return. That is what it includes, and that's what you need to be focused on. So if you have a certain goal for, let's say you want to have, if you have $500 and you want to turn that into $30,000, which is very possible, trust me, it's very possible. If you have $500 and you want to turn it into $30,000, what do you need to invest in to turn it into that? If you have $500 and you want to turn it into $1,000, what is it that you need to invest it into? Is it a business? Is it a trade line? What is it? That's what you just need to know. So to recap what we just went over really quickly: planning. Come up with a financial plan. Without a financial plan, you can go nowhere, and you don't know where you're going. Number one, financial plan. Number two, budgeting. Come up with the budget for the week, the month, the year, 3 years, and so on. Without a budget, you don't know how much you're spending, where it's going, how much you need to take in, how much you need to take out. Can you cut? You don't know. Next, number two, budgeting. Number three, savings. Savings could be in any form or fashion, whether it's in your savings account, couponing, discounting, whatever it is. Save however you can. Very, very important. Number four, investing into stocks, mutual funds, assets, more liquidable assets, longer term assets, businesses, brands, whatever it is. So again, plan, budget, save, invest. And it is the Finance Queen, and I appreciate you all watching again. See you next time.